where they start here is going to really affect their routing, I think.
Indeed. So to continue on with the flags, we have random unique abilities, but with a few exclusions. No Possess, no Shock, no X-Magic, and no Throw. Shops, as I mentioned, are shuffled, but they're also free, so everything for sale for nothing. However, you're not going to get amazing equipment like Illuminers and Fixed Dice, because we're not that kind. Let's see, what other highlights do we have? I mentioned the Espers. Enemies have element scaling on their abilities, which means that the lower the level of your enemy, in theory, the weaker the spells it will use.
This unfortunately also means that higher level enemies can use much stronger spells, so bosses that are generally not very threatening can still get some good hits in, especially if they get a good roll for them, bad roll for you.
Indeed. So, while our people do their treasure checks, a little talk about the Kefka Grand Prix. So, we're starting the tournament, the Kefka Grand Prix, with an 8-week league table format in a Mario Kart style point system. So, the top placed runner of the week gets an amount of points equal to the amount of runners that week plus 1, all the way down to the bottom. So, that's going to be happening. We're doing that for 8 weeks, like I said, at which point the top 4 runners at the end of that in the table will be moving on to a Battle Royale style mini tournament for 3 weeks to determine an overall winner. I'm going to be hoping to make sure we have at least 2 restreams per week for the 8 weeks. So there will be plenty of Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide content coming at you over the next period.
Ooh, so it looks like Zelfer went to Narsh but did not go into the beginner's house.
So, a quick note on that. You may think that we have a little bit of precognition tonight, and that's because everybody in the stream team, except Franklin, who isn't taking part in the Kefka Grand Prix, we've all run this race, me and Von Marlin. If you're here on Wednesday, you saw Von Marlin run the race.
I mean, I did win it.
You did win it too. For that night. Definitely not overall.
No, not overall.
It was a very good run though. Very competitive time.
I'm curious to see if our other runners will also skip the beginner's house, because I think we have at least one other person also in Narsh.
Indeed. It's not a massively popular choice, but Dark Falls is going in there, so he's going to get his reward.
I always go in there just to open up the healing bucket.
Yep, so do I. First place I go, unless I have Terror or Lock in my starting characters. Then I'll do Narsh last. That's normally because I'll either do Ragnarok or Welk. Just for convenience sake, really. How about you?
I do like to still run... I normally run Returner's Hideout, South Figaro, and then Narsh first thing, and get the beginner's house, because I kind of just consider those all the free ones.
Not a fan of Albrook?
I like Albrook, but I've actually been doing it in the World of Ruin. So I do it after all of that. I will go to the World of Ruin and then fly north from Narsh up to Albrook.
So there is an argument to be made for doing South Figaro in the World of Ruin as well. How do you feel about that?
I have done it before when I have, especially if I have Edgar in my party and we don't have to kill dragons, because then I don't mind doing Figaro Basement in Ancient Castle early. I'll definitely go and check South Figaro in the World of Ruin instead. Especially if I've already found some good items in other locations. It can be a nice gamble, because sometimes you go into World of Bound South Figaro and just get a bunch of elixirs or something.
Indeed. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up at an elixir.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not exactly the most exciting thing to find in one of the early chests.
No, that would be a heal rod, clearly.
Yeah, clearly. Did Dark Falls forget to equip
Nope,
Moogle Charm, or is this a monster in a box?
He's in the beginner's house monster in a box.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Normally I won't go there until later if I'm looking for an offering. So it looks like Siberian Bull took the old man.
Yep, and Zelf is heading there to get his own old man now.
I'm sure he's real excited about that.
He's gonna be thrilled. It will make his day.
Worse. The word after that is worse, right?
Hopefully not, because I do believe it's a pretty critical path to go through some of Strago's checks.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, in a seed like this, Celeste and Cyan are good starting characters, but they don't have a multitude of checks. So unless you get really lucky getting a character from one of their checks, you really don't have anywhere to go. So getting Strago here is good.
Of course, we do have the flag enabled that you can escape from 100% of random and fixed encounters, so anything that isn't a boss you can run away from.
Yeah, and that's especially useful with the free shops because you just buy a stack of smoke bombs and you don't have to fight anything you don't want to anymore.
Or warp stones, they work too.
It does work too.
So is Alpha going to check the price of the Esperate Zen? He's going to be real disappointed when he does. Because in the world of balance, it is cash. I believe it was 61,000 as we're about to see. Yep! 61,008 GP for an Esper. That's no bueno. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Fraggle in the hideout. So, we have Siberian Bull fighting a battle I wouldn't want to be in and sensibly smoke bombing out of there.
Yeah, as I looked over and I saw that and I thought, I hope he's using a smoke bomb there.
I think we may have had a slight forgetting to equip a Moogle charm there, or maybe deliberately not equipping one for a little bit of early leveling.
Yes, I've seen a surprising amount of grinding early in this seed, but I guess with flags like this, sometimes you need it since you're not going to find a stack of Illuminas in a shop.
Yeah, it can be very handy to have that little bit of extra pew-pew.
Fraggle is fighting fixed encounters in Doma. I frankly did not even know you could do this.
I would not want to be fighting that particular fight though. That Hades Gygus can hurt. Though he does look to be confused, so that's always helpful.
He's controlled, I think.
Even better. Though that's not going to work out too well because he does absorb his own earth attack.
Yeah, it was a good thought, but...
So, Darkfault's heading away now from South Figaro. Let's see where he goes.
And it looks like Zelfer's doing some shopping. He picked up Gaia gears here, so that's actually pretty notable, because if you get Quake or are up against Earth, that's really valuable. And it looks like he did go to Albrook in the World of Ruin.
And finds himself an offering and a clock for his efforts. Which will go very nicely with those fixed dice, if he can find somewhere to equip both of them. Because the equipment and relics that somebody can equip are randomized.
Yeah, that can be particularly challenging because your go-to characters to put some of those strong setups on aren't necessarily guaranteed to be able to equip that, and then you can end up with characters that can equip one part of it but not the other.
So, as usual, I will say to our wonderful people in chat, if you have any questions at any point during the race, feel free to pipe up, and we'll answer them as best we can. And if we can't answer them, hop onto our Discord server, and I'm sure somebody there will know. We do have access to the wonderful Cecil, who I have named Cecilpedia because he knows everything.
Yeah, I feel like he just literally knows everything there is to know about this game.
So, Dark Fault's in Nikea, not something you see people check early very often.
Yeah, I would normally only check here after a Serpent Trench run, mostly just because the NPCs are rude. But it might pay off here. I don't recall what was in this shop. The shops here, but I think at least one of the shops has some good pickups.
Siberian Bull heading into his beginner's house now, so he's about to grab a shiny Illumina.
That's interesting. I think everyone on Wednesday got the Illumina, but it looks like some people may not get it until later on this run.
Indeed, which will be a bit of a shame because that is a lot of damage early on.
Yeah, it really can help out, especially early on. Not just the offense, but the defense as well. Can make some bosses a lot easier to deal with.
True, plus, even at level 3, that Pearl proc is going to hurt. Unless your enemy absorbs Pearl, in which case it's going to hurt you and your victory chances.
Yes. That's that feel when you Pearl proc the girl in Phase 3 Kefka.
So, Zelfa on his way up Mount Zozo. This is going to be another little bit of disappointment for him, unfortunately.
I wonder if he'll try to fight the dragon at early levels as well. We saw.
Oh, I hope not. I really hope not. Not again. I can't do that again. Earlier this week, everybody had a crack at the blue dragon that's hiding up here, and it just didn't work out for anyone. However, I wonder if this reward at the top of Mount Zozo is going to suit Zelfa. Now, this is a test, because that's a pun if you remember what the reward is from earlier this week.
Yeah, I'm face palming, don't worry.
Jolly good. Though, if he does fight the dragon, he's going to find it a behemoth of a task.
That was a bit of a stretch.
Listen, right? Some of us are having issues with sleep at the moment.
So it does look like a lot of our runners are doing shopping. Dark Falls is stopping in at the Masa here. I wonder if we'll see more Casa del Fuego.
It does look like Fraggle is going straight for Tomasa. That is an interesting decision early on.
I mean, I like checking the shops there because they're all right there at the entrance, but I'm again curious to see if we'll see another early burning house.
I mean, the shops there are a good choice because one of the worlds has the warp stones. Unfortunately, I don't think it's this one.
No, I'm pretty sure warp stones are in the World of Ruin on this seed.
Though Zelfa apparently already has a massive pile, so he's good.
Yeah,
he scurries away with his behemoth suit.
He did the World of Ruin Albrook and World of Ruin Sen is where the warp stones are, so I imagine he checked the price on his way out.
Aha. And he is also considering Tomasa. Are we about to see another burning house play?
He just wanted us... Oh, he's saving. He just wanted us to see him walk in there and get excited about him doing burning house.
So, Fraggle's going to the inn for burning house. Siberian Bull is heading into the Moogle's cave and finding a fight that you probably don't want this early.
Yeah, that does not look like fun. Good smoke bomb there. That looks like it was a forgotten Moogle charm, unfortunately. We have the dice on the old man on Fraggle's screen.
Yep, that's where my dice were for most of my run as well. And yep, Zelfa is in Burning House, Dark Faults is doing Doma World of Balance.
That's really interesting. I wouldn't have expected him to do this first, but I guess as a first check, it's actually pretty good for grinding. No espers, so you won't get the magic points, but... Ooh, it looks like Darkfall's taking a death there against the Crane.
Yeah, Crane's earlier, no joke.
They really are not a joke. Their stats aren't that high because of where they are in the plot, but they can certainly do you in if you're not prepared for them.
You know, I'm looking at chat and thinking I've spent far too much time on this channel recently.
You just appear and then the puns appear with you. And we got another person checking IKEA. I guess everyone's interested in checking as many shops as they can.
Yeah, indeed. Again, it can be an interesting check, it cannot be. It all depends really whether you get Gao, because if you do, it could be a wasted trip if you decide to do the Serpent Trench.
Yeah, when in a seed like this, with fixed encounters being escapable, I would wait until later or until I got Gao. Which in this case happens in this seed, eventually. Maybe.
Anything could happen in this seed.
And anything really could happen in this seed. They could take a completely different route than we took on Wednesday.
So
again, I am... Go ahead.
No, go on.
I am surprised that we're seeing 2 burning houses here as well. I was surprised last week, or on Wednesday rather, to see as many burning houses as we did, and then to see 2 immediate burning houses on Friday as well. Is really kind of surprising.
And it looks like Dark Fault's taking, is that a tent or another death? I think that's a tent. As he heads for the Opera House, that's another brave decision early. We'll see how it plays out.
I think it'll pay off here. With escapable encounters, as long as you get at least 1 or 2 encounters that you can kill for experience, I think you're okay here.
Yeah, not with the boss that's waiting for him at the end of it. It really is not.
That's right.
He's going to get to the end and be very sad.
I guess we'll see if he's got the things he needs to deal with it. I completely forgot about that.
So, Siberian Bull with his Crane's fight gets Atomic Raid right off the bat. And while our runners are working through their current checks, a quick plug. Tomorrow night at 7 PM Eastern, we do have our weekly community race. And as you may know, tomorrow is Halloween, all spooky and stuff. So we might have some special plans for that race. Tune in and find out. So, Zelfa running into his Inferno fight. He could find this a little bit rough.
Yeah, I think Zelfa doesn't have the Illumina either, so this isn't really where you want to be.
No, it is not.
Especially if you don't have a good means to take out one of the arms to prevent that Delta hit. That can be especially annoying early on.
Going with the early Berserk strat. Interesting play.
That is interesting. It could lead to a lot more damage, but you lose the ability to target that
Well,
damage.
it worked.
It did work. Taking out the Inferno there quickly, I think, is really important, because even with element scaled abilities, he can really do some scary things to you.
Yeah, very much. Fraggle on his Inferno fight. Looks like we've got a Flying Sellers on his screen. And unfortunately, I believe the Zelfa has just discovered that Burning House is another dead check.
Yeah.
So, not off to the greatest of starts over there for Zelfa. 2 dead check.
Yeah, he took the gamble and it didn't really work out for him there. That's kind of unfortunate. And it looks like Fraggle's going to find the same thing soon here.
It's going to be another month or so before Zelfa goes near Burning House, I think. Fraggle getting a petrified Cyan. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and that's my least favorite part about Inferno fight, honestly, is that Delta hit.
Meanwhile, Dark Faults is about to regret his life decisions, because he's coming up on his boss at the end of the Opera House.
Yep.
As Zelfa goes to fight a pair of cranes.
I guess we'll see what level he is.
We will at that. Okay, he avoids the level 5 Doom. Now the Illumina is going to be big damage if it procs.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the hope here. It doesn't look like he has the Pearl Rod or remembers that he has it, so... Or any other way to really deal with that. We did grab the drill, though, which is good.
Zelfa has taken out the cranes, so that's another check down for him.
Yeah, it looks like he just tore through that without too much problem.
And Fault's choosing to use a fire rod on Doomgaze. Fair enough, whatever works.
Yeah, I mean, I just threw rods at him when I ran into him.
I believe I went to Opera House quite late, so I wasn't really having many problems.
Looks like we may see another Opera House Siberian Bulls in Jador doing some shopping, so... Oh, and it looks like Fraggle's there too.
Yep, meanwhile, Zelfa heading into Cyan's Dream. Another boss that in theory you wouldn't want to face early coming up here, but we'll see if he can handle it.
I think having the Illumina here really makes most bosses possible, as long as you can set up appropriately. And he's also got fixed dice on the old man, I think, so...
But he doesn't have the Illumina.
Oh, he doesn't have the Illumina, does he?
I don't believe he's gone there yet. Although, I believe on the first boss in here, the Illumina would not be that much help.
Yeah, it's definitely not a win button for this seed. You need more than just that for your offense.
Interesting to see the switch to a black belt there. Anyway, we were just playing with you guys. It's only number 24. It's not that much of a problem.
Yep. This is the Magimaster at home.
Yeah, this is Discount Magimaster, you know, just chilling. And dying very, very quickly.
Yeah, he doesn't have all that nifty defense that Magimaster has, so he just kind of dies.
Plus, there's an old man throwing dice and getting some quite good numbers out of it. Dark Faults has made his way through the nasty Doomgaze fight, as it looks like Fraggle and Cybele are heading towards it.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have all 4 people go to Opera around the same time, so I'll be interested to see if everybody ends up getting past the Doomgaze.
As we hear the sounds of the train. Choo choo. I wasn't kidding, it's been a long week.
And here I'm sure Zelfer's happy to see Realm in this cutscene. Knowing that there's something worthwhile at the end of Science Dream is always nice.
So, where is Dark Faults going now? He's also heading to Cyan's Dream. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that's a pretty popular check. And it makes sense. You can get a lot of rewards kind of one right after the other, especially if you know how to get through the dream sequences quickly.
Yes, indeed.
It looks like we have Fraggle and Siberian Bull going into the Doomgaze fight at almost the exact same time.
Yep, just a second or so apart. Let's see if anybody falls. Oh no! Fraggle survives, but Siberian Bull gets wiped by level 5 Doom. That is unfortunate.
Oh, that is unfortunate. And then, of course, Fraggle gets the big numbers, High Roller Strago, and gives himself a big leg up on that fight.
And a second set of big numbers as Doomgaze goes straight down. Dark Fault's about to fight his number 24 as Zelfa's going for the final boss of Cyan's Dream.
And it looks like so far our runners have some pretty similar routing, even though they may have gone to a couple of different locations for shopping and chests.
Yeah, fairly similar. So, and a rapper at the end of Cyan's Dream who didn't even last long enough for me to announce what was there.
That's kind of how it goes with Narapa.
I think this is more Zelfa's luck with these dice rolls, to be honest. Zelfa luck is a thing.
And then he, like everyone that finished that check, was disappointed to see the steal on Realm.
That's true, but Realm does have one big advantage. She can equip both the offering and the fixed die.
And now we'll see if Zelfa figures that out. I didn't.
Not many people did. I didn't figure it out until I got to Kefka Tower. Okay, so he's seen that she can equip the offering, and now he's going to test the fixed dice. Alright, Zelfa's just won the race. Offering and a black belt and fixed dice. That's just adding insult to injury.
Yeah, that's rude. Are we going to see one of those Realm counters 10 hits with 10 hits in Kefka's Tower?
Oh, I
that
hope
would be
so.
really funny.
Yeah, Zelfa has horseshoes, he has rabbit's feet, he's got clovers, he's got everything.
Yeah, it's all just out of frame of his camera when he's streaming.
Yep. No, he wears them as an anklet.
So it does look like Dark Falls will find the murder child here in Cyan's Dream. I wasn't looking. Did Falls get the fixed dice offering?
I believe so, yeah. They're pretty hard to miss on your normal route. Zelfa, meanwhile, in Esper Mountain without a Moogle charm.
Oops.
Interesting decision.
Looks like he'll fight it. I wonder if it was intentional or if he just forgot.
I think when he was doing his relic rearranging, he just forgot to put one on because he's going straight into the menu, yeah. No, don't remove the black belt from the murder child! Why would you do that?
That's the best black belt on your team.
That's bad. Anyway, he's at Esmeralda, so he's going to find himself a Gao at the end of this. Siberian Bull goes back to Doomgaze, hopefully with an extra level on his side this time.
Yeah, I wasn't keeping an eye on that, but I'm hoping that that he got a couple more levels from the fixed encounters. And now Zelfer fighting the Ghost Train in Esper Mountain. Don't ask how he got up there.
It really went off the rails.
Ooh.
Yep, Siberian Bull easily clearing the level 5 Doom, however getting a natural Doom very quickly afterwards, unfortunately.
I don't know if you saw Zelfer's screen, but Realm got muddled and then hit herself, and he just got a super low roll.
Zelfa luck. We need an emote.
Yeah, that was just wild. I can't believe I just saw that happen. He could have wiped his whole party there, and instead he killed the boss.
Yep. That's about right. So we have Dark Fox dealing with Narappa, Fraggle heading for the Magitech factory, Zelfa with his new shiny Gao, and Siberian Bull fighting Doomgaze still.
It looks like he's not having a great time with that. That boss can be challenging if you can't get him down quickly.
Okay, Zelfa going for the Velt. Fairly sensible call.
Yeah, I don't think there have been any particularly dangerous encounters that they've run into, so there's nothing that they really don't want to see on the Velt here, or that Zelfa really doesn't want to see on the Velt here. Except that, I guess. Oh, because you can't find Gao on a encounter like that. There we go. I know how this game works.
Yes, I was definitely waiting for you to reach that conclusion yourself and not typing in chat. So, Siberian Bull is through Doomgaze and gets his ghost as Dark Fox leaves Cyan's Dream.
Dark falls with his brand new murder child.
Looks like she didn't make the team though. Oh no, yes she did. She was at the top. I'm lying.
I'm sure you would have seen when he used the tent. Looks like Siberian Bull is going for Mount Zozo now.
Yep, another disappointment as Fraggle is on to the first boss of the Magitech factory. He finds a Dullahan. Not a problem if you have an Illumina.
Yeah, well, and it looks like some decent fixed dice rolls as well.
Always help. Oh, I had an absolute nightmare on the Velt. It took forever.
I think my Gao luck was okay, but I did it super early. If I recall correctly, I barely had any encounters that I even had to worry about, so I just got to kill everything.
However, he's finally unlocked his reward for his patience on the Velt. Nothing? Okay. I tried.
I was typing it in chat. I don't feel like holding my push to talk to audibly groan every time you make a pun is a good way to go about it.
Well, you're no fun at all. So it looks like Cyan is the one being cast out for Zelfa. While Dark Fox is in Ebber's Rock. Because... why not, I suppose?
I mean, that's what I did. It's really annoying, but you can get through it surprisingly fast as long as you're willing to count.
Oh no, Siberian Bull's fighting the Dragon of Doom.
Everybody just wants to give it a shot. I mean, I just waited to go to Mount Zozo till way later than everyone else.
Siberian Bull is no longer fighting the Dragon of Doom. That was fast.
I wonder if he didn't know that the dragons were unscaled. Help Fraggle coming upon the easy boss in Magitech. Well, one of the easy bosses in Magitech.
Yes, indeedy.
Fargus is such a free boss.
Not as free as it could be, because you could have Blitz.
Yes, yeah, that's definitely true.
However, stop the presses. 34 minutes in, Zelfa's finally going to get that Illumina and start kicking himself.
Yeah.
I can feel his pain from a continent away.
Just sitting there thinking, you mean I could have had this the whole time?
But he makes a good point. He really didn't need it, but, you know, every little helps.
I mean, he got to take Celeste out of the front row. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, and I still swear by the fact the Illumina is the best armor in the game.
It really is.
So, onto the Ragnarok house then for Zelfa. Also a bit of a disappointment coming up.
Yeah,
He's
you
gone
can
for
get a
Thunder
Thunder Shield to throw. I don't think he has a dedicated jumper right now, so it makes sense.
Indeed.
I, of course, took the Aura Lance, and then Cyan couldn't use it. I think it was Cyan that can jump in this.
So, Dark Fault's bumping into... I've forgotten his name. Ultros 4, there we go! At the back of Ebbert's Rot.
Yes, the worst Ultros.
And Siberian Bull doing the Walk of Shame out of Mount Zozo. That's not what you want to see.
Ooh, yeah, that is unfortunate. That's quite a long walk without a Warp Stone.
That said, this seed is the first time I've had to do that particular Walk of Shame as well, so I'm not unfamiliar with the pain. Oh, here we go, here we go! Zelfa's doing the thing. He's going to the place, and it's going to cause him no trouble whatsoever.
I did not do this particular check, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, we spent 3.5 hours hoping someone would come here on Wednesday night. Because the boss here is fun. And he has Offering Dice and Berserk, and this is not going to be even the slightest issue for him.
Yeah, this shouldn't be a problem at all.
I don't even think he's going to survive long enough to be Berserk.
Yeah, when you have Berserk and the Murder Child, he barely even gets a turn.
Yep. One wall chain. And he's pretty much done. Meanwhile, Fraggle, on the true final boss of the game, up in the minecarts, he's found Leader. And Dark Fault's going Fanatic's Tower.
Ooh, does he have enough magic to go up Fanatic's Tower?
I mean, he does have Strago, who has Berserk, so magic maybe not necessary.
Ah, that's true. I did end up utilizing that natural Berserk a lot in Fanatic's Tower.
I didn't go up there. I didn't really need Amaro at that point. I chose, I chose the Magimaster fight over Fanatic's Tower. And I got exactly what Zelf is about to get now, if he ever gets out of these screens, a Terror.
All that magic. Learning so many spells.
So, not a terrible outcome for Zelfa. Obviously, lots of chat.
It looks like he was considering trying to put Terra in his party there.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. She does have Blitz. So she could be... I believe she has Blitz in this seed.
She has Rage.
Rage, that was it, yeah. I remember now.
But with Fixed Dice in the pool and Illumina, you could find a Rage that... Stray Cat Rage or something. I don't think we fought anything that has a good Rage yet, though, so you'd have to hope you got it randomly.
I know my Terra had Great Behemoth, so I was slinging Meteos out in the final battle.
Yeah, that can be a nice Rage to have if you don't have a lot of other good offensive options on your Rager.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Looks like Zelfer is taking his trip into the Magitech factory.
Indeed. Sensible choice. He needs 7 Espers and no characters now, so... Gotta get lucky with his checks.
Yeah, he really did get all the characters just right up front, which can be really nice, but can also mean you spend a lot of wasted time if you go to checks that already have that also have characters. You don't really need them anymore.
Meanwhile, in a particularly evil move, Dark Faults runs into Air Force at the top of the Fanatic's Tower with not much magic.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. By the time I'd gotten up here, I had Bolt 2s, so...
And Dark Faults resets out of Fanatic's Tower.
It's not that surprising.
Yeah.
Especially once he launches the spec there, you're going to just have a bad time.
Indeed.
So Zelfa running into the Dullahan well after it would be a problem for him, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, that boss isn't very bright. You could almost say he's dull. As Siberian Bull is in Evert's Rot. And Fraggle's on his way to a free behemoth suit. It looks like Dark Fox is going there as well.
And Zelfer just committing to the Berserk Murder Child strat.
Or summoning Alexander because he can.
Interesting. Well, he did cast Berserk on Realm there, but it missed. Which is my favorite thing that spell can do on your party.
Oh, we have another brave soul taking on the blue dragon.
What is it about this seed that just makes everyone want to fight the dragons?
I don't know. I didn't fight any dragons. I didn't even try any dragons in my run.
I mean, I was glad I did, but I intentionally saved the dragon checks for later so that I'd be a high level. But they don't have the things that you would need to kill a dragon this early.
Well, I mean, fixed dice and a lot of luck, it's possible, but yeah. Yeah, Fraggle resetting away from the blue dragon there. Sensible choice. And thankfully Dark Fox not even trying it.
Is Dark Falls in Mount Colts? No, that's Mount Zozo. I'm blind.
It's not just me, everybody.
I swear I'm paying attention.
So,
like...
Ultros 4 popping up for Siberian Bull and Vargas for Zelfa.
Yeah, he must be loving that after Dolahan. You never know what you're going to get in Magitech Factory, but I know I always get worried when the first boss is something annoying.
I still have nightmares of the seed I ran where fix encounters could be bosses, and yeah, I had a minecart ride full of Doomgazers.
That just sounds like so much fun.
It really was. First battle, 2 characters dead from level 5 Doom. Got them back up, everyone survived, everyone leveled up. The next battle, the other 2 characters died to level 5 Doom.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't win.
So it looks like Siberian Bull getting through the Ultros 4, no problem. Not that surprising, that fight is more annoying than anything else.
And Zelfa somehow getting past our friend up there. Vargas posing 0 threat. Fraggle taking one look at the Yeti at Fnatic's Tower and going, actually, nah.
Yep, and it looks like Dark Falls is going back to show those cranes a piece of his mind.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see how this works. He does have his Reflect up, but that's not going to stop Hellfire. Or maybe.
Yeah, and you don't even necessarily want that in this fight because you can charge the cranes if you're not careful.
Indeed, indeed.
But it looks like with the Illuma and everything, I imagine he will have enough damage that it won't matter.
Meanwhile, Fraggle and Siberian Bull, I'm fairly sure they're psychically connected at this point because they're both in Cyan's Dream.
Wow, yeah. Just at exactly the same time almost. It does look like Siberian Bull is going a different route.
I'm not sure he knows that you only actually need to find one of the children in Worlds Collide.
I mean, I didn't know that for the longest time. It's fair.
So it looks like Zelfa heading up to the Welk check now.
Ah, yes, because he's got Terra here. And he can go pick up that Aura Lance from the Ragnarok check as well.
Yes, indeed. And Dark Fox showing those cranes who was boss. Gonna get Nespa for his trouble.
Getting some revenge.
So, aside from who I believe is the favourite for the Kefka Grand Prix, everybody else pretty much level with each other.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Zelfer is definitely one of the top racers at this game. But it does look like it's pretty even across the board otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of good racers, but most racers have some kind of weakness. Like, we have very good racers at normal flags who struggle with weird, non-regular flag. Zelfa just doesn't seem to have a weakness, so this could bode quite well for him, as he's taking the natural break in the Piranha's fight.
Yeah, I was wondering why he wasn't doing anything, and then I saw that Piranha over there, and oh, okay, it's Zelfa's break.
Meanwhile, Keith in chat fishing for a compliment for Boo. Get it? I'm really sorry, chat. I'm not on my A game tonight. They'll get better, I promise.
I mean, I don't even know if I have an A game. This is my first commentary, so.
So, Dark Fault's in Esper Mountain as our spectral wanderers go through a ghostly train.
And it looks like Siberian Bull is actually doing the first train car here, which you can skip.
Yeah, I never normally go through that one personally.
I don't really think it's worth it for the lump of metal chest, but I guess an argument could be made that you have to stand there and wait for the cutscene to end before you can go into this train anyway, so.
You do,
personally, I don't do it.
Waiting for the cutscene to end is definitely not slower than going through to those chests.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
1 or 2
isn't.
seconds at most. So, 3 Espers away from Go mode for Zelfa, and he's going to World of Balance, Zozo.
That's interesting to see this late, because it is a bit of a hike to get up to the boss here.
Fraggle having some maneuvering issues with his chest.
It happens to the best of us. I know my movement can sometimes be real bad.
Yep, I've had issues there too. Dark Fault's now heading out of Esper Mountain. Let's see where he goes next. As Zelfa does some hardcore parkour between buildings in Zozo. Me, I'm afraid of heights. You wouldn't catch me doing that.
Yeah, when I was a kid playing this game, I always thought, how do they just do that? Do they have experience jumping from building to building? Is that just something they all know how to do?
I mean, we know Celis has experience jumping from high places, but not at this point in the game.
Not quite yet, no.
So, for his trouble, Zelfa runs into a tunnel armor as Siberian Bull and Fraggle are about to take on their Narappas.
Tunnel armor here is not too bad, as long as the element scaling doesn't pick anything wild for him.
I don't think it's going to have the chance.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Nope.
Unfortunately, you can only scale his low base health so much.
And we appear to have temporarily lost Fraggle's stream. Let me try and fix that.
So it looks like Dark Falls is taking this opportunity to do the Veld check. Running into a Lobo, that's good luck. And Zelfa getting an Ifrit for his troubles, which not a super useful Esper here. It does have Doom, which can be useful for bosses in Kefka's final phase that are weak to instant death, but other than that, it doesn't look like there's anything super valuable there. So, but it is an Esper to add to his count.
So we have a question in chat. Can you do the Velt check in World of Ruin? Yes, you can. You can do that one in either world. I don't think it really makes much of a difference which one you do it in. I personally prefer to do it in the World of Balance, because I'll usually chain the Velt and Serpent Trench together.
Yep, there are a couple checks like that. You can also do the calling in check, I believe, for Setzer in either world.
Yes, you can. Also, there is Zen. The auction house can be done in both worlds. Yep, Burning House, that's another one. And South Figaro for sellers.
Those can be really convenient free checks to pick up, especially if you are already going to that location, like in the case of this seed where you start with Celeste. So it's very easy to pick her up in South Figaro while you're picking up your chests.
So apparently while I wasn't looking, Darkfelt got a lot and has checked out that Ragnarok check.
Yes, he went to the Veld immediately after getting Gao.
And Zelfa in the Serpent Trench?
Yeah, and it looks like he's may have about the experience I had, which is these Delta bugs that are very easy to kill.
Yeah. And pretty good on the XP.
Yeah, they're pretty good on the XP, especially for how easy they are to kill.
Darkfelt's there checking the Cursed Shield. Probably not going to spend the time to fight all of those battles. Especially when you can't learn Ultima.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like Zelfer choosing to bypass the second, or bypass the room with the chest here and just take the fights.
Yep, looks like he was looking for a quick way to deal with his Hoover, but he hasn't found one, so out come the dice.
Yeah, I just ran from it here, but if you have the fixed dice offering with one target like this, you're pretty much going to kill it. Especially with those rolls.
Or Ice 3 is also a good strategy if you have it.
Yeah. Let's take Zelfer to Vegas sometime.
Yeah, I'm going to be asking Zelfer to pick my lottery numbers at some point. His luck is just unreal.
I think he rolled all 4s, 5s, and 6s in that one there.
So, both Fraggle and Siberian Bull doing a spot of retail therapy in Jador.
I wonder if they'll go up to Owzer's. Are they in World of Ruin here?
They
are. Looks like Fraggle is.
I believe they both are. Have I accidentally loaded the same stream twice? Because they are just following each other around.
Yeah, but you know, Siberian Bull has that helpful FPS counter in the corner, but it does almost look like that.
Does indeed.
It looks like Darkfall's running into the Magi Master. He does not have Strago, so...
Yeah, that's gonna suck. He's about to learn just how useless those wall rings are with element scaling.
Oh, but he does have Berserk. Oop.
Again with the luck! Sorry,
Oh,
Zelfa just first time X-zoned somebody.
Oh, wow, really?
The luck!
I was about to lose my mind there. Darkfall's cast Berserk on Cyan, but Cyan has a wall ring. We're okay.
Yep. Very, very helpful to have a wall ring there.
So he will be able to take on this this Magi Master here with Pummel and Drill. You got enough ways to ignore defense here.
Fraggle and Siberian Bull both in a fight with a pair of Gigantoses. Again, lots of XP if you beat them, I believe. Feature 3, did Lock just Airblade? Yes! So one of the features we have in Worlds Collide is the ability to randomize the unique abilities that players have. So today the setting is on random unique, which means each character will have one, except Gao, who will have two, of the random extra abilities that nobody else can have. So in this case, Locke has Blitz. Airblade is a Blitz, right? Not a sword attack. Yeah. Yeah, Locke has Blitz.
I'm finding it curious that they found... I found Locke fairly late in my run, and so I didn't end up using him except in the final battle. But I think it's interesting that we have a couple people, it looks like, that have included Locke in their party. And I think that just goes to show Blitz is pretty desirable in random unique.
It is, especially if you get Sabin, because then you can unlock Bum Rush.
Yes, and I think Atma was talking about potentially changing that, because apparently there is a way to do that in the event for the game.
That would be interesting. So
you still have to unlock... Go ahead, sorry.
Zelfa looks like he's about to head up to Tritok to try and find his last Esper.
Ooh. We'll see what he thinks of that decision when he gets up there. He's pretty strong here, so he can take on most bosses that come his way, but we'll see if he thinks it's worth it.
Well, I've just glanced at our little spoilery notes as to what's up here, and prepare yourselves. Because I managed to forget in the last 2 days.
Yes, for reference, this fight was the first time I've ever reset out before the boss was fully done loading into the screen.
So, Dark Fox gets past Magimaster and starts checking out the rages on Terra. Interesting to see if
we saw that
her.
Giant behemoth at the bottom. Apparently removed his Moogle Charm character.
Yep, bit of a whoopsie that. Meanwhile, Submarine Ball and Fraggle still neck and neck on the Guardian fight.
And Zelfer is taking his turn fighting a dragon.
Yeah, I think he can probably handle a dragon.
Yeah, and I imagine that his thinking here was much like mine, where it's like, hey, I'm about to go do Kefka soon. Let's get some free experience.
Yeah, very valid thought. He's probably going to want a few more levels before going into the tower, so this is a good chance to get those.
And it looks like Fraggle and Siberian Bull fighting the Guardian at the end of Azure. Well, Fraggle just killed it, so not fighting anymore.
And Dark Fox heading up to Whelp. Possibly got his eye on the other reward from Ragnarok.
Yeah, I think if you've already done the Ragnarok check and you get Terra, Welk is just a really valuable check, unless the other item from Ragnarok is just not useful at all.
Yeah, I will usually take Welk first out of Terra's checks because more often than not it is the quickest.
So it's Dark Falls' turn to fight the Piranhas.
And looks like he's adopting a no mercy approach.
It's generally what I do too, just because I have nothing better to do. But if you need to take a break, it's a great time.
Yep, Lana being in chat asking about Zelfa's dice luck, and yep, we call it Zelfa luck for a reason. Anything RNG related is just nope. Exactly. Pure RNG is on his side.
Now we get to see what Zelfer's response to this Tritok check is going to be.
But amazing music. And instantly berserking the dice rolling Murder Child, of course. A little bit of ATB waiting, and away he goes.
Is she not going to charm the X fight?
She has to survive first.
I guess that's true. We're probably knowing Zelfer gonna see some 999s here. Oh, a low roll. 2 low rolls.
But no love token. And 3 turns later, Goddess goes down.
Wow, rip. That is the power of berserking the Murder Child.
So, anyone in chat who is looking at their time thinking, I did quite well in this race, you might want to hold your thoughts there.
The Zelfer effect.
To be fair, we were discussing in the post-race channel on Discord about how we were just waiting for Zelfer to come in and wreck all of our times, and yeah, the prophecy is being fulfilled right now. Though, he is still 1 Esper short, so could slow him down a touch.
I'm curious if he already bought the Zen Esper. Looks like he's checking Funbaba, so probably not. Or, I mean, he probably did.
Funbaba, which I believe was Boo's favourite check in this run.
If I recall, Funbaba is an Esper. I didn't actually see when he talked to the girl.
No Kale and no Esper from Tritok today. It was a Genji helmet. So, who's winning? Asks Ashley Yen. I think it's IEN, yep. Zelfa is definitely winning. There is no doubt about that. He's going to get through this fight, he's going to get his Odin Magicite, and then he's probably going to go straight for the tower, I'd have thought.
Yeah, with his setup, he's pretty well equipped. I don't think he got a calmness counter, which might be the only concern there, because you can never really know who's going to get removed from your party there, but I think he's in his 30s.
Yep, the only hard calmness we know of are at checks he hasn't even got access to.
No, Renfell, I don't think he does have any calmness protection. There actually, it was pretty hard to find in this seed. A lot of it was sort of far away. Does he?
Yeah, he has Zelfa luck and an Illumina.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he has, exactly, Zelfer Luck and an Illumina. That's kind of what you have to depend on here. Golem was Lone Wolf.
And Fenrir was Cave on the Belt.
And Mog was Kefka at Narsh, if I recall correctly. So it was
the place
open
I
to
was
everyone.
not going.
Yeah, ironically, I only ever really go up to Kefka at Narsh if I have Lone Wolf available, so...
Yeah.
Looks like Darkfall's taking a trip into the Sealed Gate.
And the other two runners are finally split up. Fraggle is in the Fanatics Tower, while Siberian Bull is in the Burning Hound.
It's kind of an interesting time to decide to do this, but I guess it makes sense. You've got some Espers, maybe want to learn some spells and get some levels, especially when you have that fixed dice, you're not really scared of most random encounters.
That's right, Edgar is at Kefka at Narsh, Mog is at one of the Edgar Jet. And
That's right.
Self is going for an optional dragon.
I'm not that surprised. He's on a really good pace right now, and I'm sure he knows it too. And that's just going to kind of further secure the Kefka's tower, in case there's anything particularly spicy.
Yep, Realm's going to get berserked and then one-shot the dragon, and away he goes. So, Dark Fault grabs Shadow, that's his 7th character, I believe.
Looks like it may have been 8th.
8th character,
But-
there we go.
Which is kind of unfortunate, because Sealed Gate is a bit of a long walk, and you already had enough characters, but...
Yeah, there are an entire shop's worth of treasures within that check, so...
Oh yeah, well, and the Shadow himself gives you the Shadow check, which is incredibly fast and free, and then Velt Cave, which is also pretty quick.
And extremely useful today.
Yes, that's right.
And we have a raid. Thank you very much, Trenton GL, for raiding Randomania today. Welcome, raiders. This is the Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide Randomizer with week 1 of our current League format tournament, the Kefka Grand Prix. As Dirt Dragon drops for Zelfa.
Part of the reason we're seeing so many max damages with Zelfer is because when you Berserk the fixed dice user, they get that bonus damage from Berserk. That does apply to the fixed dice damage, so even if he's not rolling quite high enough to get that max damage roll, the Berserk will help him finish that off.
It does make me laugh that they're called the fixed dice when the damage they output is so broken. Yeah. Told you I'd get better.
Can you just not do that, though?
But but that's what the people are here to see.
I'm kidding. You make as many puns as you want.
Zelfa checking out, See, this is funny. Zelfa's checking the Bum Rush house, trying to learn Bum Rush, when he learned earlier today that you need Sabin for that. He learned that in a practice run not 4 hours ago.
Yep, you need Sabin.
Yes, it looks like Zelfa is preparing for his tower push.
Yep. And unlike I did, he does not have to decide if he wants to bring the Yeti.
Thankfully.
Hey, he did work for me. I gave him a sky render. He one-shot one of the tentacles.
So,
Ninja, I don't think we've seen a suplex against a train yet, unfortunately.
no, I think everybody got lock with Blitz after they'd fought the train.
It was actually locked behind, because Gao was Esper Mountain, and Phantom Train was Esper Mountain, and Locke was on the Veldt, so
yep.
It was impossible to seed.
But we've got another 7 weeks of these races coming up, so maybe.
Ooh. Darkfall's doing the floating continent here.
That's a play. Suppose when you need
certainly
you need 3 or more Espers, it's a decision to take. However, nobody that we know of so far has done floating continent, so we don't know what's here.
Nope, I've got no idea, though. The reason I would say that it's not as good as something like Magitech is just because you can get a character in that first slot.
Oh, Boo has ruined it by saying that he did floating continent. Well, we had a good thing going for a minute there, but Boo's ruined it, so that's it. We're done here, folks.
Yep, guess the restream's over.
Yeah. Such a shame. So, Phoenix Dan asking if people have already played this seed. Yes! So this tournament, the Kefka Grand Prix, is taking the format of a weekly asynchronous race. We have 47 participants, all racing at some point during the week, between when the seed is released on a Monday and when time is up on a Sunday. And then the times are all tallied up and points are awarded, and then the next seed starts the next day. So this is how we're able to have 2 restreams from this. We had one on Wednesday and we have this one tonight.
And everyone that's on the commentary, like myself, has already run their seeds. So I ran mine in the Wednesday restream, and Future ran his before Wednesday.
Yeah, I ran mine on Tuesday morning? I ran mine on a morning. All of the days this week have merged into one, but I ran mine at some point.
Looks like Zelfer is running into the Doom in the one of the statue slots here. Or no, that's Inferno, excuse me.
And Dark Faults has a Flying Dad.
Hi, Dad.
The best kind of dad.
Looks like Zelfer's having a pretty fast time with Doom, which is not that surprising, because it's his Murder Child team there.
Yep, Franklin makes a valid point there in chat. There is a new version of the Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide randomizer out for testing at the moment with a couple of new flags, so you'll see those soon, I'm sure.
I'm really excited about them, especially the new chest changes. So Zelfer getting through that Doom, no problem. And we got Fraggle fighting the Storm Dragon up on the snowfields.
And Siberian Bull is looking for a lock. So, Kaylor asking about the changes. I have a link for you.
Yeah, Atma, the guy that runs the randomizer, I guess is the dev behind it, has that nice changes page there so we can see what's new.
Yes, indeedy. And shoutouts to Atmatech. the wonderful creator of Worlds Collide, for all the amazing work he has done and is continuing to do on its development.
It's true, and he reads all of the feedback and suggestions and responds to them as quick as he can, and a lot of them do get included in the randomizer moving forward, if they're good suggestions. Really great guy. I mean, that's pretty much the whole reason I'm here, is because the community is great.
Yeah, it's a very welcoming community. Plenty of chances to ask any questions you have. And, you know, any help you need, any advice, anything like that. There are people who will sit through a run with you if you wish and talk you through what to do. Just jump in.
Looks like Fraggle is also choosing to fight the goddess in the Tritalk slot.
Indeed. And scanning the god. Okay.
Interesting. Siberian Bull still looking for that Velt character, which is unfortunate.
But he has bumped into Gigantos's. Unfortunately.
That is a bad place to run into them, especially since you can't get experience on the Velt.
Exactly.
Looks like Zelfer encountering the tentacles. Likely will not have too hard of a time with them here. Darkfall still making his way through the floating continent. I didn't see what he got for the first check, but it doesn't look like he got another character, which is good.
Okay, so the first check was the Unicorn Esper. Which is decent.
Yeah, it's not a calmness counter or anything, but
It is, however, one step closer to calmness. As his run has the potential to slow down to a snail's pace here. Let me have my puns, don't be so shellfish.
It was actually requested in chat that I turn on my push to talk for the moans and groans, so... But make as many puns as you want.
I mean, it could be worse. At least you're not grumbling too much.
So it looks like Zelfer moving on to the Chidarnik here.
Yeah, we have Siberian Bull heading up to the Serpent Trent, and Fraggle is in Amaro's cave.
I mean, I guess if you're going to get the Yeti, you might as well do the cave.
Although, if you're only going to get a snow muffler for it, you might as well just not.
Yeah, there's that. Though I think my personal favorite thing about going up to Umaro's cave is when Umaro is your party leader, and so it's just Umaro walking towards Umaro.
Yep, perfect mirror match. So this fight looking very dicey here for Zelfer. Finally getting the low rolls right when you don't need them. But I'm sure he'll just roll with it.
I just don't even have time to groan.
I think my last kind of monster is kicking in. There we go, Chadna goes down for Zelfer so he can move on. Siberian Bull dices up a Hoover.
Flame Eater decides to single target Flare Star, not the best choice.
So what was the reward after Welk? It was the Ramu Esper.
He was fighting. Oh, I was like, wait. There was one person fighting Welk, and then there was one person at the Welk check. Oh no, there was just one person fighting actual Welk, but it was the second fight of Floating Continent. I was so confused by what you just said.
Interesting fight on Darkfalter's screen, but I'm sure he'll squeak through it somehow. He does have a generally good offense.
Why?
I'm making up for lost eye. Zelfa got so
the-
far ahead because of what we call Zelfa luck.
He just managed to route through the check in such a way, or the seed in such a way that he hit a couple dead checks and then just got everything he needed.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, Boo's got the right of it right there. Zelfer luck, TM.
I wish it was trademarked. Maybe I could buy some. So, Fraggle heading up to Esper Mountain, where he's going to acquire Gao.
Ooh, and it looks like the Three Stooges at the end of Floating Continent, which is not really something you want to see.
No, definitely not.
Not with a timer. They can do some really weird stuff. Hopefully, he'll be able to kill them quickly enough that it won't matter.
Submarine Bull finishing off the Serpent Trench and getting a Seraphim Esper for his trouble. As Zelfa faces off against Final Fantasy VI's very own rock band, Haydn and the Haydnites. Fixed Eye's not going to do quite as much good work here, especially since Realm isn't in the party, so he doesn't have them.
Yeah.
Hoover is an interesting rage play when you have Great Behemoth, in my opinion. Maybe he didn't scroll that far down.
Yeah, well, it looks like Locke's got the Illumina here, so I don't think he's incredibly concerned about what Terra's going to do.
Yeah, that Pearl proc probably brightened his day.
I think Terra could do whatever she wants at this point, and this battle's over.
It looks like Terra's carpeting. But it's fine, because
She wanted to
Haydn's
take a
down.
nap.
Yeah, she needed to lie down. She had a terrible headache.
Alright, well, I'm just never going to agree to do commentary with you again, future.
Good decision.
Zelfer getting past another statue fight, no issues. Well, except for Terra eating the floor, but... And Siberian Bull heading into the Magitech factory.
And
Ooh,
Dark
false.
Fault's at Colingan must have picked up Setzer somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like he got the Setzer, and that's really not what you want to see.
And it leads to a couple of quick checks, including Doomgaze, who has a very good chance of being an Esper. I don't think it is today, but it has a very good chance of being an Esper. Yep, a wonderful tracker there confirming that Setzer is indeed the last ward from the floating continent, as Zelfa is heading into his final battle. This is going to be a very quick time if he wins.
Yeah, if he gets through this in the first try and doesn't have any issues, I could see having issues on the second or third phase, just lacking a lot of the good calmness counters and espers that you might use.
So, while he picks his party for this, if you are enjoying what you're watching, make sure to follow our runners and our stream team, because we'll stream plenty of Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. So come and see more, as well as I'm sure some other things. And if you're enjoying the randomizer as a whole, hop onto our Discord. See what all the buzz is. Get involved, learn some things, make some friends. We're a very welcoming, nice community.
Yeah, you can come in and ask as many questions as you want, and they won't tell you to stop talking. Very nice people.
Exactly.
Yep. Do we got any bets for whether we'll see a train from sleep? Or will Zelfer kill him too fast to see a train?
We'll see. Because Siberian Bull gets a Scar Beam from Dullahan. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, that... You see some really interesting spells with the element scaling on, random scaling even more so, but
You do. My favourite is when something like Dullahan whips out the Ice Rabbit. Just because it can.
Dark Falls went to go check the Zen price in the World of Balance and was not happy about that, it looks like.
No, I wouldn't be very happy about that either, to be honest. For anyone who missed it, while it was 61,000 in the World of Balance, it was 12,000 in the World of Ruin. Much better price.
Yeah, much better deal. Black Friday sale. Alright, and Zelfer moving on past the first phase.
And speaking of things that are happening next, tomorrow we have another stream on this very channel. It is our weekly community race, and this one with a spooky Halloween theme. So come along, check that out, 7 PM US Eastern Time.
So, looks like Falls is running back to Zen in the World of Ruin, so he'll be happy with that discount.
Yep, he's got himself a stray Esper.
Oh, and it looks like Fraggle is grinding at Kefka at Narsh.
Yep, interesting, if rather slow decision.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you wanted to grind encounters until you had as many levels as you wanted, it's a pretty good way to do it.
It is.
Probably not happy about the level 10 and 20 magic there.
No, I did also see him run away from, is it the Ogres or whatever they're called? The nasty folks who like to use Zombite.
Yeah, that's not something you want to fight. Ooh, and it looks like Zelfer does not have mute for magic here in phase 2. Celeste got muddled, like a cheeky muddle, and she hit herself with the Illumina.
And survived. Which I think is more impressive than hitting herself with the Illumina. And
I imagine it doesn't...
It looks like the dice have turned on Zelfer. He's not having a great time with them in this battle.
And it could be, like I mentioned before, because he's not Berserking Realm, it could just be that it was looking way more impressive with that damage bonus before.
Indeed.
Which, it makes sense not to Berserker here. You kind of want to retain control of your characters as much as you can in case something goes bad.
Yeah, I agree with that to a point. It's normally safe to have one uncontrollable character, for me. Especially if you're going to have a dedicated healer.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised in this scenario just because of how strong his party is that he didn't decide to Berserk her to just try and speed it up a bit.
So, Dark Faults needs one more Esper, Siberian Bull, 2 Espers, one of which he will receive in a couple of moments, and 1 character. Fraggle needing 3 Espers. Now,
And there's the 10 hits.
apparently Zelfer has life 3, so there's his calmness protection sorted. As long as he makes sure he has it applied after magic uses all those dispels and not before.
Yeah, that is important.
But to be honest, I would only life 3 Realm here. I don't think you really need it on anyone else.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Losing, it looks like with his party, losing anybody else would be pretty fine as long as he had Realm. Ooh, it looks like Darkfall's not having a good time with the Gigantos, whatever those things are called.
No,
it can be really...
Yeah, they hurt.
The throat jab, and they use many attacks all at once. It really is quite intimidating. Oh, and of course, Zelfa rolling the 4 9s on the girl, which is exactly what you want to see here.
Of course. That hashtag Zelfa luck in place once again.
He did Life 3 Celeste here, so we'll see if he Life 3's Realms well, or if he's just kind of hoping.
So yes, if you're sat in chat and thinking this looks fun, like XX Shuzo XX, hop onto our Discord and find out more and get involved. See just how fun it is.
Fraggle's going into Figaro Basement here, getting his Mog, which is not really what he wants to see here.
Yeah, I would see Mog and just reset out of that personally, when you've got your 7 characters.
It looks like Siberian Bull fighting, I think this Ifrit and Shiva is the last boss in Magitech.
It
If
is,
I recall
yes.
correctly. Oh. He'll get another Esper there, which will probably be just fine for him, because then that'll leave him 1 Esper and 1 character away. Unless they already tracked the Esper here, since he did technically get it already.
And Darkfault's fighting some things that are probably going to be pretty sore by the time he's done with them.
I'm surprised to see him taking these chests here, because these chests aren't shuffled.
They're not, but they can be a very good spot for grinding, as Zelfa only gets 1 calmness, and it hits Strago, so through he goes.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine with that.
Yes, we must mock him for this when he comes in for his interview.
I fully intend to ask the question, what was your biggest regret, and why was it Burning House first?
Okay, there were in fact 2, apparently. 2 calmnesses, but 1 got blocked.
Ah.
So it looks like both the younglings now are going to be in this final fight.
I mean, we've got Berserked Realm here, so I'm sure that we will see a very short final Kefka.
Yep, I'm expecting to see an Ultima counter at some point.
I mean, I got one. It's good luck at this point.
But doesn't manage to do enough damage to bypass a Fallen one. Not that it matters,
That's a bit
because
surprising.
he fought Magimaster, so somewhere in this pile he has a Mega Elixir.
Yeah. That is one of the benefits of going through that fight, is you know you have a Mega Elixir for Final Kefka.
And
Is it even going to matter with that 666?
Speaking of, Siberian Bull fighting his own Magimaster right now. As Fraggle takes down a Rexol in Figaro Basement.
Ooh, the Murder Child got hyperdrived. Ah, Life 3 is still active.
Yeah, the Murder Child got healed by Hyperdrive. And here we go, as Kefka charges up for Ghana. Realm's going to throw those dice one more time. And that's probably going to seal it from Anselfa.
Hopefully we see an Ultima counter. Nah, it probably won't get to that
Impossible.
unless the rolls are very, very low. Oh,
No,
that's right,
you
he
cannot.
can't counter during Goner.
Correct, and there he goes. 1 hour, 28 minutes and 30 seconds. Resoundingly first place right now.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the fastest run of that we've seen. There's been a couple 140s and things like that, I think, that got recorded, but... Alright, while we're waiting to see if he's chatting, or if he wants to join the Discord for a chat. Looks like we do have Dark Falls fighting Guardian and Owsers. And Siberian Bull not necessarily having the most fun there with Magimaster.
But he gets through it.
Yep, he does.
And here, everybody, is today's champion, victor, and luckiest person in the entire world, Zalfa. GG.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, where can we buy your Lucky Rabbit's foot?
Oh, you know what? It just comes and goes. I really I have no good answer for you. I apologize.
So, how was that run for you then? What are your thoughts?
The run overall, well, I mean, it went really well, actually. It went way better than anything I practiced, for sure. So, yeah. I was a little upset in the beginning when I decided to go against my instincts and go to Burning House. And I ended up with a Flame Shield for my efforts, but,
yeah, I'm sure getting burnt by that choice will put you off it for a little while.
Yeah, not only did I get burned for it, but I got, ironically, a Flame Shield.
Yep.
I guess it was appropriately themed.
Yeah, that was going to be my big question for you, which was, what was your biggest regret, and why was it Burning House early?
Why was it Burning House early? Because I got a Flame Shield.
Right? Yeah.
And then I broke one, but I couldn't use the other one, so it literally was just an extra Flame Shield.
So, how happy were you when you saw that our resident Murder Child realm could equip the offering and the dice?
I was so happy when I saw that. Well, I'm sure everybody figured that out, because
Nope.
that's pretty much what I did the whole time. But I was so happy because I saw everyone had the offering, had no dice, and then everyone had the dice, had no offering. And I'm like, well, this sounds about right. This sounds about right. Let me just keep this in mind for later, just in case. And then, it was great.
Any other thoughts for us on tonight's race, on the Kefka Grand Prix in general, on the Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide community?
The Kefka Grand Prix, I'm really happy that this is going up and that that is, it's become a little, probably rather popular, actually. That so many people are excited for it. Everybody's, having a good time. We're all just giving it a shot, and I'm really happy just that we're all just playing a game, playing a wonderful randomizer, and just having a grand old time. And yeah. And as for the community's been amazing too. So I'm just, it's just a good spot. We're in a really good spot right now. I enjoy it.
Okay, just breaking in really quickly. Meanwhile, we have Siberian Bull heading into the tower, and Dark Fox is about to be there. He's picking up his last Esper at the auction house. Nearly there. But yes, when you do get around to submitting your times alpha, you will see that you're currently in first place for this week, as you could probably have guessed. How does that make you feel?
I didn't think that was going to happen, to be honest, but thank you. I guess I'll figure that out soon.
You're not just in first place, you're in first place by over 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, okay. Well, alright then. I'll take it while I can.
And what are your thoughts on next week's flags? Because they have been published now.
You know what? I did not even take a look at them yet. I was like, you know what? We're just going to focus on one at a time. We're going to focus on this one. And so I have no idea. I'm just going to say it'll be wonderful. I don't even know what they are, but you know what? It'll be wonderful. It'll be fine.
That's the spirit.
It'll be fine.
Well, here's hoping for a Strago start for you.
No one needs to do this.
Yeah, you're just going to go back to Burning House first, and it's going to be fine. You're going to get an Ice Shield this time.
Oh, yeah, that'll be, that'll be the true reward. And I'll be glad that I'm in, having my mic off when I do it.
So I just want to break in. We've got everybody just about ready to go to Kefka's Tower now.
Ooh, I might get an early night tonight. Crikey.
Yep, Fraggle just got it. Dark Falls just got it and went to Doomgaze. And it looks like Fraggle had the same idea of going to Doomgaze, but Siberian Bull's already in the tower.
Indeed, could be a close finish between these three now. So anyway, Zelfa, GG again on tonight's run, and thank you very much for coming in for this chat, and I wish you good luck preparing for next week.
Thank you. Good luck to everybody. It's time to hop off and see how everybody's doing. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So yep, everybody else heading for that tower. Won't be long now before everyone's finished.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Assuming there are no unfortunate accidents coming. So, speaking of this Kefka Grand Prix and everyone finishing, we have 47 entrants to this tournament, so it's not a small thing. So hopefully that means we'll get to showcase a lot of different streamers over the 8 weeks. Lots of new faces joining in alongside all of the veterans. It's really good to see, actually.
I think that's one of the most exciting things about the Grand Prix is that there's a lot of people that maybe had played a little bit casually but hadn't really raced, that are now like asking questions and getting more involved because they want to participate in Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's amazing to see, especially the newer runners, because they are putting in some really good times.
Yeah, well, and even the runners that are struggling with it, it's always a learning experience, and with so many other people's runs to watch, you just have so much information that you can gather as you're kind of learning. So it looks like Siberian Bull is at Doom.
Hopefully he won't be doomed.
Hopefully not. It seems like he used the Giant Behemoth Rage with Terra. Oh, and Fixed Dice with Strago. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much easy mode.
And you just don't even have to worry about one character and throw those dice.
Although it looks like Doom has decided Terra needs to chill out a bit. She's feeling a little blue, unfortunately.
Just a little bit blue, yes.
But it's fine, because Frozen isn't dead, so she won't be frozen out of the experience at the end of this, if he wants her to level up a little bit for the final battle.
Now, I haven't been paying close attention to Siberian Bull's party, but I don't think Terra has been in it for the whole game.
She hasn't, but she was acquired fairly late in his run, and because characters aren't your average party level, she will be quite a high level still.
Now, that's pretty good on a Rager. A character with the Rage there. It's nice because really they just need to gain levels more than anything else to do more damage.
So, quick shout out in light of Zelfa's finish that if you have been enjoying these, you should definitely follow our runners and maybe follow our staff if you want to see more lightning quick runs from people like Zelfa.
I aspire to be as fast as him one day, but hey, he only beat my time by like 20 minutes. That's way better than when I first started.
Yeah, I'm a realist. I'm never going to be as good as Zelfa. But
I don't know if I'll ever get there, but
it's good enough to know that I can beat him on a bad day. But it has to be a really bad day. Dark Falls looks like he's taking the Atma fight, or the Atma position fight for a little bit of extra experience here. We'll see how that works out for him.
That's interesting. I don't normally like to fight this Atma fight, just because you have a reduced party, but it does look like he's equipped Shadow, and he picked Shadow up later.
And it's Atma's little brother, so that's probably not going to be a massive problem.
Yep, that's actually, and I think Atma Weapons' experience gain is actually pretty big too, because of where he appears in the game. Maybe not big, but you know, it's not a bad chunk of experience.
Yeah, it's not a bad decision to make.
Looks like he's getting flared though, which is not super pleasant. Thankfully, I think Atma Weapons' base stats are low enough to keep that from being too much of a threat.
Yeah, aside from Flare, there's not really much Atma Weapon can do to hurt you. Throw out the occasional Quake, which is more of an annoyance than anything else. Siberian Bull taking the alternative path through the switch route. His initial party has gone right instead of left. What do you think of that play?
I'm more curious to see. The most important party is the third party that you send through here, the one that ends up in the middle, because that's the one that ends up fighting more bosses than the rest of them. So I'm not sure if it matters. I'm not sure. I didn't see though if he had two of his main party members here with Locke, or if Locke is just solo with a stand-in for Moogle Charm. So that's an interesting decision though. If he didn't, ooh, sorry, Atma Weapon just Grand Trained and is now casting Whirlwind.
Oh no! Element scaling at work, everybody. But Sellers pulls through it somehow.
It looks like Mr. Ubix says he made that party his good one, so that's good to hear.
Fraggle gets through Doom, so he won't be far away as Siberian Bull takes on Hydon.
Yes, and Dark Falls does have Offering and Illumina. I'm not sure why.
I'm sure many words will be said in the Discord afterwards about that choice.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for sure.
So for those who don't know, the way the Offering works is you attack random targets 4 times, but for only half of the weapon's base damage. Which means, when the Illumina naturally does double damage because it automatically crits if you have MP, you're doing the exact same amount of damage if you equip an Offering and an Illumina. However, you can't control where that damage goes, and you won't get any Pearl procs. Which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, and it can be helpful if the Illumina is your primary form of damage and you don't want the Pearl procs, but otherwise, you probably want that extra damage.
And here we're seeing proof that Dark Falls doesn't know how close he is to the other runners because he's taking on a bonus dragon in the tower.
It could be that he wants to get levels for, because it doesn't look like Locke and Shadow have been part of his main party, so maybe he wants to get levels for the backup characters just in case. But I always try to do my dragons outside the tower, just because you don't get the experience for your whole party.
So the discussion about weapon and relic combinations in chat, my personal favourite is Genji Glove Offering and 2 Valiant Knives. Just because you can then wait for Final Kefka to use Fallen One, and then show him how much of a mistake he just made.
Yeah, I was sleeping on Valiant Knives until that seed a while back that had like 4 Valiant Knives in it. It can be a very powerful weapon if you use it properly.
Yes, indeed. So, Dark Fox gets through the Ice Dragon. Siberian Bull fighting Hydon and Fraggle fighting some Tentacle.
Looks like he also took Umaru in here, which I think is okay against this party will end up fighting. He was weirdly useful in my run here because he just one-shot a Tentacle right at the start.
So, Hydon down. Tentacle's not long for this world. Tentacle's down, in fact. Could be a photo finish between our runners on the right.
Well, it's pretty close. I mean, they have been pretty close for the better part of the run, so it's not that surprising. It does look like Fraggle is just a little bit behind, but that can all change once you get to the final fight.
Yeah, looks like Siberian Bull's just staying one boss ahead of Fraggle for now. Which makes sense, he got into the tower sooner.
Yep, but it's really not that much time difference. Especially because it looks like... Oh no, I don't. It doesn't look like maybe Edgar has super great options either, unfortunately. He was using Meteor to deal damage in his fight, a Siberian Bull was, so not really the most optimal.
Not optimal, but effective enough, it seems.
Yeah, well, it certainly did work out. Dark Falls just a little bit behind at the Doom here.
Yep, that's the boss at the Inferno spot. It's not massively behind. He has one more dragon after this if he chooses to take it. Then he too will be in his big boss run.
At this point, if anybody wipes at Kefka's tower, or Final Kefka, could be pretty close. I mean, it's close anyway, but if anybody has any problems in that final fight, it's just going to get closer. That is unfortunate. Doom froze Realm and Setzer for Dark Falls. That is unfortunate. I think Dark Falls is just going to have to watch Realm die here. Choosing to reset. That's really unfortunate. That's some really bad luck.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I'm sure he'll get through it. It won't take too long.
Yeah, at least the save point's right there. Fortunately, Ribbon does not protect you from freeze.
No, it doesn't. There's not much that does actually protect you from freeze in this game.
The spell itself has some really weird targeting things to try and make it less likely to freeze your whole party like that, but it's weighted towards you having 4 members in your party, so of course in those smaller party scenarios it's not going to help you out as much.
Indeed. So, Tentacles down for Siberian Bull, Ultros down for Fraggle. Let's see where everyone's at. Because they've done their bosses in a different order, so I don't actually know who's ahead right now.
Yeah, and it looks like we just got the Guardian fight for Siberian Bull, so he's got at least one more statue.
And it's Chattanooga.
I always hate finding this boss in Kefka's Tower, not necessarily because they're hard, but just because you have to sit there and wait for Demon to show up.
So it does look like both of our runners will be on Chattanooga as their last fight before the final battle, so... Oh boy.
I mean, they followed each other for the better part of the run, why not follow each other for the end too?
Exactly. If it ain't broke. Popping out a mantra there for a bit of a heal.
Does look like Dark Falls got to the Aura Shake for Doom, so should be okay moving forward.
Yep, just letting that Murder Child toss out those dice.
It looks like he put a spare fixed dice on Setzer here as well.
Yep, good play as long as he doesn't get Demon Rush. Which he is about to. Oh no, that's an offering and cards?
Well, Setzer Desperation Attack saves the day.
Yep, gets him through it. So Darkfall's hot on the heels of our other 2 runners. Very much one wipe at Kefka and anything could happen. It's nice to see a race this close.
And I don't think any of our runners found Calmness Protection. I think the only person that had Shadow was Dark Falls.
So, Bo, that's the wrong sheet I'm looking at, so that isn't going to help anyone.
Because Golem was Lone Wolf, which I don't think anybody did. And then Fenrir was Velt Cave.
That's right, yeah. So I don't think anybody will have Carnage Protection other than maybe Life 3.
But Fraggle getting through Chadarnook? I never know how to say that.
Through the annoying painting demon. Looks like he's made up.
Did work.
Looks like he's made up quite a lot of time on Siberian Bull in the tower. Because Siberian Bull was first in, but Fraggle's first up to the final fight, I think.
Yeah, I think honestly, having Morrow in this party here helped. Normally I would hate it, but you put some gear on him, and he actually contributes a decent amount of damage, especially against Doom. That was when I found him most helpful.
But Siberian Ball through Chadnock and off to the final battle himself.
And it looks like Dark Falls actually killed a dragon in Kefka's tower as well.
He's killed both of them now. Ice Dragon fell as well, so off he goes.
So we'll see Fraggle starting the final fight here. And it is quite close with Fraggle and Siberian Bull. They're right behind each other. Oh, no, yeah, and it looks like Fall's got a Minerva, which is not a bad bargain.
No, it's a pretty decent find if you can find someone to put it on, of course, with our equipping flag
That
here.
is true. Unfortunately, I think spending that time killing those dragons is going to put him a bit behind here. He's not even done with his switch puzzle. Now we've got two people going into Kefka's final fight at the same time.
Yes, we do. Very close. Very, very close.
Wonder if we'll see a cleave here. It looks like we will. Fraggle using cleave to try and go for that instant kill on the long arm.
Yep, sensible play. Gets it out of the way.
And he got it the first time.
Very helpful having Edgar here. I believe it's Edgar with the sword tech.
Yeah, that's right.
Siberian Bull, meanwhile, going with a split damage attack to start off.
I wonder... So Strago has Natural Magic X Zone here. I wonder if we're going to see Siberian Bull use it.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's choosing to dice the arm.
And I mean, to be fair, the instant death vulnerabilities in this battle, that's not something I knew about until I've been playing for a while, so...
So for those wondering, the instant death vulnerabilities are the long arm in phase 1 and tools, the middle part, in phase 2.
It is very useful to get rid of them ASAP, especially tools in the second phase.
Yes, so in the first phase you want to remove the head and the long arm before the short arm, because the head will death counter with Quake if it's the last thing to die, and the long arm will death counter with Shockwave if it's the last thing to die. Both of which really hurt.
It's true, they hurt a lot.
Second phase is less important with the death counter from tools, more just tools using some very annoying damaging attacks.
Yeah, well, in tools, a lot of tools attacks also have really long animations, so it's much better just to not have to watch them. It's one of the best parts about muting magic as well, is you don't have to watch all of his spell animations.
Indeed. And here goes another cleave for Fraggle, taking away tools, as we've mentioned.
I think cleave is... Sorry, go ahead.
As Dark Fox deals with tentacles. Go on.
I was just going to say, I think cleave is one of the higher chances to succeed. I want to say that Raiden is better, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure cleave is 100% if it's death vulnerable.
Is it? Well, that would certainly make it the best one, then.
I think so. I'm not certain, but I've never seen it fail for me.
Well, that would actually make a lot of sense, given that it's the top-tier sword tech ability.
Especially when you imagine how long you would have to wait to use it in the vanilla game.
In the vanilla game especially, that was the thing that I was not thinking about.
Yeah,
So
in the
yeah,
vanilla
I mean, I
game,
guess,
you'd start charging that sword tech, go and make a sandwich, come back, and be halfway through the bar.
yes. Or you could be me when I was younger and let the bar fill too much.
And then it goes back to 1.
Yep, and then you just hate everything, take the game out of the SNES, go play something else. So there's the 10 hits for Fraggle. It looks like Siberian Bull is not having as smooth of a first phase as Fraggle was there.
Nope, the first phase does have some rather damaging physical attack, as is being found out right now.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I think that the instant death is so important. Having tools to deal with instant death in this phase and phase 2 are so helpful, just to get rid of a couple of things that can kill you.
I am a little confused. Siberian Bull opting for Phoenix Sounds to revive people. Does nobody have his healing magic? So there's plenty of it around, and I've seen pretty much everybody with Life and Life 2.
Yeah, I think Life 2 was definitely on Esper's, and Cure 2 and not Cure 3 in this seed. So yeah, that is a little confusing. He could be trying to preserve mana, I guess, but that's a bit confusing to be using Phoenix Downs this late in the game. It's really hard to keep people up, especially in the second and third phases, unless they are coming up with some health.
However, he may not have the Life 2 handy, but he does have Mute to shut magic up.
Yes, that will help a lot. Magic, I think, is one of the most dangerous parts of this tier. That's really unfortunate. Realm was casting Mute there.
Yeah. And here comes the Life 2, I believe. I think he's figured it out. Dark Fault's dealing with Hydon as Fraggle moves on to phase 3. And if there's a phase that's going to end your run, it's probably this one.
Now, especially in this seed where the calmness counters weren't readily available, it's going to be a real toss-up. If you get 2 characters calmness after this phase, it could really be really bad.
Especially if you don't properly count your damage and you end up taking a pretty painful pile of Meteor counters.
Yeah, that is actually something that happens to me pretty regularly in this phase. And it can be a huge problem. Yeah, Stola Ragnarok, that's ballsy. I think Fraggle is a runner that also stole something from Goddess during a race.
Yep, I believe it's I'm not sure, is it a Minerva from Goddess?
I think it's a Minerva from Goddess. Trying to figure out who can use the Ragnarok in battle.
Yeah, it's not the fastest bit of science, and oh, that was a very bad hit for Siberian Bull.
Ooh, and then Doomtusk, that is really unfortunate.
So Siberian Bull calling it there and resetting to try again. Hydon giving Dark Fault to the business here.
Ooh. That's something you definitely don't want to see.
Franklin there in chat posting something which is way too much maths and science for my 1:30 AM brain. But I'm sure it'll be useful to someone out there.
It's just explaining how cleave works. If the target has 0 and block %, cleave hits 100% of the time, is the TLDR.
Okay. Jolly good.
Oh, we're seeing some attempted vanish strats. That's what I tried initially, but it's just, I think it's too slow to cast vanish one by one like that.
It is, especially if you miscount and Meteor happens, in which case all of your Vanish goes to nothing. Because Vanish means you automatically get hit by any magic attack that comes your way.
And unfortunately, even if they don't get, even if they don't die, you can't heal your party members when they're invisible either. It will remove their vanish effect, because Cure is in fact a spell.
Yep. So here comes Calmness. First attempt on Cyan, and second. Oh, for goodness sake, the lot!
Yeah, that is the one character that's vanished gets both Calmnesses, and they miss, of course.
That's not okay. Where's this luck when I need it? That's what I want to know.
Well, Fraggle did lose Celeste here, so we'll see who's going to be coming in next. I put Locke here specifically so that I could use his blitzes when he hopped in, but...
And Sellers is replaced by Strago, who probably still has a set of fixed dice.
Yep, that's probably a good play. I think Strago was in his party for a while, so he's probably still equipped. Or may have been equipped for this battle.
See, when I went into this final fight, I knew that I didn't have anything to prevent Calmness, so I deliberately stacked characters 5 and 6, so that when Calmness hit, I would have something left for Phase 4. I put Realm, who I hadn't been using because I hadn't realised about the dice in the offering, and Terra with Rage and that Great Behemoth Raid in 5 and 6, and they came out and ruined Kefka's day. So it worked out for me.
Yeah, I had Umaro with a Skyrender and like double hero ring in the 6th slot, and then Locke in the 5th slot with the Blitz, and that's how I ended up monitoring all the terrain. My thinking being, Umaro, do something useful and just smash your body against Final Kefka.
Umaro useful, that's a good joke. I shouldn't say that. I had some amazing Umaro luck a couple of weeks ago.
He's really much better when you can change his gear.
He is. Shoutouts to Dark Foss's latest Seed of the Week, where you couldn't do that. And he started naked, and he was a starting character.
We're never going to forget that.
We're never going to forgive him for that. Doesn't look like Hydon being fought for a second time, which is a shame.
Yep.
And a Hyperdrive comes out of Kefka straight onto Edgar.
Ooh, and that's unfortunate. We got a Havoc Wing for Strago, and then that thing. Explosion for Edgar. I'm paying attention, I swear. It's hard to watch 3 screens at once.
Hyperdrive. It was a Hyperdrive for Edgar.
It was a Hyperdrive, you're right. It looks like Siberian Bull... Is the right hand dead here, friend? I hope it is.
Hopefully. Still doesn't have that offering on Realm. That's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I think it's actually Genji Glove double fixed dice Realm for Siberian Bull right now.
But add an offering into that mix and you've just won the game. Congratulations. So, Fraggle losing Cyan and Realm to a Goner cast there, and out comes a Train as well. Should be able to pick up and get through it though.
Yeah, I don't think the dark status matters for jumping.
I'm not sure, I've never tested it.
I'm not 100% sure that that's right. Or Cecil when you need him.
Cybele back to phase 2, Fraggle in another Goner phase, and looks like Darkfall's got through Hide on that time. I think.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, GG's to Fraggle. He's through his fight. In a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 1 second.
And it's looking like Siberian Bull is having an easier time of it this time, so coming right behind him.
Yep, could still be a close finish between our last 2 runners.
Yep, it's really going to depend on how Siberian Bull does in the third phase. And like we've pointed out, that people don't have calmness counters, so that could really make or break any attempt at final Kefka here.
Yes, indeed. So here's the evening's number 2 finisher, Fraggle. GG's on your finish.
Thank you.
How was the run for you?
I felt actually went alright. I knocked 30 minutes off my practice time, so I'm really pleased with that. Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
I just want to know, how in the holy hell did Zelfa finish that quick?
Because Zelfa has Zelfa luck.
Did he go to Casa del Fuego?
First, yeah.
Oh, Zelfa.
He went there very early at the Burning House.
Same, yeah.
And wasn't worth it.
I don't know, the Flame Shield kind of helped survivability.
So, interestingly enough, you actually entered Kefka's Tower after Siberian Bull, but you got through it first. So, good job on that. What were your highlights from the run?
To be honest, just the way the whole run went rather smoothly. I mean, apart from like the wipe to the blue dragon, because I was just scouting out what dragons I could kill, I don't think anything was out of place. I felt that my routing was alright. Yeah, I hit a few dead checks, but it's rando. That happens.
Yeah, there was something about that blue dragon that seems to have been attracting people this week, because we've seen that a lot on the restreams. Everybody's had a crack at it.
I think it's just because it's like you've got a save point literally 10 steps away. It's just so easy to, yeah, I'll stand on the switch, have a look, see if we can kill it, because with the random abilities now, you're okay, you know you're going to get clean sweep, but its follow-ups might not be that bad.
Okay, and what are your thoughts on the Kefka Grand Prix? How are you finding it? What do you think to the format? Things like that?
I think it's actually like a really good setup. I mean, the async format, it does rely a hell of a lot on the honor codes. I mean, I kept getting emails. Someone is streaming. Oh crap, they're doing the Kefka Grand Prix. I can't go and watch. I can't go and chill and talk to them. So that's a bit of a downside, but the amount of interest it's got, the amount of people it's brought in from other communities as well. And the flag set for next week looks rather fun.
Yeah, it should be a good
really good.
Should be a good round next week as well.
Aye.
Alright, well, thank you very much for coming in. We're gonna try and usher you out if that's okay, because now both of our final runners are on the final battle.
Awesome. Good luck to them and Boo Jack.
Alright, thank you very much and good night. So yep, Dark Fault's on tier 1, Siberian Bull still on tier 2, but getting through it slowly.
And it's really neck and neck here. Like I said earlier, if the phase 3 goes really poorly for Siberian Bull, he could have to reset. Though it does look like Dark Fall's not having the best time. Setzer did get dreaded here, so he's petrified.
Yeah, that will be a shame if he can't remove it before Realm does the nifty job of destroying everything. I hope he didn't just try and cast Cure to remove the stone status, because that's not going to work.
No, I think that was for Realm.
Okay. Here we go, he's looking for the items. He's found a soft and a couple of remedies, that'll do the trick.
I just had a stack of remedies as soon as I found them in the shop.
Yeah, I just buy, 30 or 40 just to make sure I have enough for anything the seed can throw at me in a seed like this.
It's interesting to see that it looks like Dark Falls has picked a party that I don't think these characters have been in his party for the entirety of the game here. I think he sort of picked a couple of people that he wouldn't mind losing, which I don't think is a bad strategy.
Yeah, Setsu's a different choice. He's not been using him for long, but he did get some good experience on those battles in the tower, so...
Well, yeah, and if you've got a fixed dice to put on him, he could potentially do something really powerful too.
Indeed, he could.
Though his lower level's not going to help him with that, but...
We had simultaneous dice casts there.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Oh, it looks like magic is dying now. So
Yep.
I think that means that Siberian Bull will be moving on to Phase 3.
However,
as Dark Falls moves on.
yeah, Dark Falls got through Tier 1 much faster than Siberian Bull got through Tier 2, so he could be closing the gap here.
Yep, and it really could be anyone's game until... I mean, up until the end, really, but it's incredibly risky until they get past Phase 3 here.
Yep, Goner, Ultima counters can all do some serious work for Tier 4. A very powerful Merton coming out of Sleep for Siberian Bull. He's going to want to heal that off as fast as he can. And Darkfelt's using Raiden's takedown tool.
Not a bad choice. I think Raiden is one of my more successful instant death uses, obviously aside from Cleave, which we learned can't miss in the final battle.
So, lady or girl, whatever we want to call her tonight, has gone down on Siberian Bull's screen, so just Sleep and his evil counters left to deal with.
I'm curious to see if Siberian Bull is even going to try to vanish anyone, or is he just going to kill Sleep and just accept that one or two of his characters are going to die?
Well, he might be about to lose one to that Merton cat. Yeah, looks like Cyan has gone down.
You really don't want that.
No. Not sure I'd be relying on Meteor for damage here when pretty much anything will outdamage Meteor against Sleep.
Yeah, Sleep, once you get Girl down, I think the idea early was using Meteor so that you can help kill the girl, but Sleep doesn't care what you cast on him.
No. No elemental resistance, not much magic defense either.
Ooh, and there's a train. Oh, looks like there's 2 ribbons.
And there's a Meteor.
Ribbons can't block that.
And another train. Oh, grief.
This could be bad, because Realm is already attacking, and so if Realm kills Sleep here...
Yeah, this...
Oh, she doesn't have the Meteor, or she doesn't have the Offering, rather.
That's 2 Meteors. Oof. The problem is, once you get Sleep down to this phase, his normal attacks will also either be Train or Meteor, so you're always in for a bit of a struggle here. And when your HP is that low, you don't want to see a Meteor come out.
Oop. I'm thinking... Well, Cyan blocked. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad.
Sellers with a natural block, but Realm goes down. That's a lot of damage to lose.
Yeah, especially with Strago being down already. That could be trouble.
He's through it. He will have extra characters coming in to pick up some of the slack. He can do it.
It's true.
We believe he can rebuild. He has the technology. Or the items. So we have Setsa, and Setsa was at the end of the floating continent.
I think Dark Falls is the only person that actually got Shadow, so he's the only person that went, that was able to even get Setzer in this thing.
I believe you are correct.
Because Shadow was sealed gate, so since Terra was behind, I don't actually think anybody else... Well, no. Siberian Bull got Terra, obviously.
So did Zelfa.
But I don't think, because she was later on in the seed, I don't think they were as excited about walking through sealed gate.
However, there's fallen one for Siberian Bull, so out comes the Mega Elixir, quite sensibly.
That's pretty much what that item's for.
Yep. Terra was at Tunnel Armor, gated behind Lock and a Magimaster.
Yeah, the Magimaster was the worst part about that.
I mean, the Magimaster wasn't the worst part about that, because you started with Strager, who started with Berserk.
I guess that's true. I just don't like that bot. Over on Siberian's Bull side, we've got Locke and Terra have joined the party. Locke went down, unfortunately.
Darkfault's getting given the business by Magic.
Ooh, does he not have mute?
I don't know.
Ooh, Siberian Bull is casting Meteor on Kefka, and I think that is probably not the best spell that she can cast there.
A Poison Rod? That's not the play. Final Kefka is immune to poison. It is his only status immunity.
I was going to say, you want to use the normal elements, fire, ice, lightning, etc. I think Pearl as well on Final Kefka. All perfectly fine.
Yep, Pearl is definitely fine. I think he has the usual immunity to gravity that bosses have. I'm pretty sure Quake wouldn't work.
Yeah, I think he's floating. Because a lot of stuff in this final fight is floating. So Siberian Bull hitting that Goner. Let's see how much damage.
Should be able to tank that. Abbott's Rock was
Abbott's Rock was a Magicite.
Locke was in the Velt. Well, there's a Havoc Wing. Celis is down.
Yeah, this could be... I'm thinking we're getting closer to...
Oh, no, that's not what you want to see. That's bad.
I was literally about to say, I think we're getting to the health total where we're going to see an
no!
awesome counter.
No!
That's bad.
Oh, that is soul-crushing. But we did say anything can happen in the final battle.
Yep, and that is one of the anythings that can happen in the final battle.
Yep. Kefka, who only uses ultimate if he is below 10,240 HP and not in the Goner phase. It's a bad. However, Darkfault has just gotten through tier 2. That took quite a long time.
Yeah, I'm surprised he really just ripped through tier 1, but I don't think he had a mute for magic, so that may be why it took him a bit longer to get through phase 2.
However, it is very good to see Siberian Bull is going back at it again. He's not giving up.
I mean, he almost had it. That was a really close. Like, when you're getting that ultimate counter, that means you were just about to kill him.
Yep. So, on Darkfault's screen, Sleep opening with a Whirlwind rather than a Merton. Oh, and the Illumina gets a Pearl proc on Girl. That's not what you want to see either.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
And we get a baby tier calmness coming out. Realm is taking a quick nap.
It's just a power nap. You know, she's like 11.
Yeah, just an afternoon nap, you know. She got a bit cranky, so Girl decided to put her to sleep.
Yep, sometimes you just gotta take a nap. Looks like Siberian Bull has decided to grind a little bit in Kefka's tower.
Looks like we've just lost... No. Having a few buffering issues here. My apologies. Dark Fault gets an Illumina attack off without a Pearl proc this time. Always good. But not quick enough to avoid another Merton coming out.
Oof.
So the grind here, a fairly reasonable decision for Siberian Bull. Obviously fixed dice damage is linked to your level as well as the dice roll. So a couple of extra levels can make all the difference.
Well, and even just getting a couple extra levels and getting a little bit more HP could be a big deal when it comes to surviving stuff.
Another Whirlwind fires off for Dark Faults. Whirlwind, thankfully, not actually capable of killing you. It just puts you really close.
Yeah, that is thankful, though. It wasn't helpful how much damage it did to Realm there. And that Contempt Timer. There's a lot of things to manage in this fight.
Yeah, ideally you want to get through tier 3 as fast as you possibly can to avoid that Condemned going off, because if you get to the next phase, the timer goes away.
It's true.
So, Siberian Bull back at it, ready to go for his third attempt, and hopefully a successful one.
Yep, we'll see if he does anything differently this time around, or just tries to tackle it in roughly the same way.
A third Whirlwind for Dark Fault.
That kind of sucks. Just putting everyone in near fatal like that is not really what you want to see.
Especially if there's Meteor on the horizon. But an Illumina spraying on a Pearl Lance, that's a lot of damage, but not enough to skip the Meteor. This could suck.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that did suck. Oh, and here's another one. Whew, a little lucky there, I think. Managing to get everyone back up. Maybe not enough time to heal before... Yep.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. If you get to this point in the sleep fight and you can't get anybody up with like life 2 or something, it just...
Yeah, coming back during the Meteor counter phase is really difficult. It looks like that Illumina doing serious work for Dark Fox, and he's deciding to just go for it. That's not the play.
Yeah, I think that's a bit risky.
I mean, he is finding it extremely difficult to get anyone up. So, it's sensible enough. Sellers does have the Illumina. She has the best chance of blocking Calmness naturally, but still...
And I guess in theory you'll get into phase 4 with all 4 of your characters up and full health. But who's next in line?
All 3. If Sellers dies here, it's GG's. He's got to start again.
Yeah, that's the real worry is if you kill Sleep at this point and he calmnesses Celeste, which he's going to,
and she can't block
he's
it.
got to miss.
Yeah. So here we go. Phoenix down on another sacrificial lamb. He's going to try it again. As Siberian Bull still going with the Meteor strats for tier 1.
I'm not really sure why, because you don't want the right hand to die first, and it looks like he is targeting his things on the long hand here, but I normally just focus on single target attacks and burn them down.
Here we go.
one at a
Oh
time
no!
here.
Sellers doesn't block the calmness, and Dark Fox has to restart the fight. Ah, he has.
Oof.
He is forfeiting by the looks of it. That's a shame.
That is a shame. Alright, well, it looks like Siberian Bull is moving on forward with his fight here.
Yeah, just one remains, which is good because my voice just cracked.
Yeah, I've been out of water for like 20 minutes now, but it's okay. I think that we're nearing the end of this one.
A true sign of somebody with their first time on commentary not having a drink hand.
I had water when we started.
Shoutouts for Marlon, his first time on comms tonight, and he's doing a very good job in my humble opinion.
Thanks. So far I've avoided cursing, so hopefully I can keep that up.
That would be an improvement. And we have been blessed. So if
That's how you know you're getting big.
Yep. So if you are enjoying the run tonight, once again, please follow our runners, follow our stream team, and join the Discord to get involved.
That's what I did. I literally said, hey, I want to help out sometime, and then they slapped a roll on me and were like, now you can help out.
And you've regretted it ever since.
I mean, not ever since.
I mean, it could be worse. At least you said you wanted to help out and got the... I got made a community helper without even being asked.
Just pressed into service.
It's fine. I love it. I love helping out our newer players. I love answering questions, making guides and videos, so it's a great job for me. Plus, it lets me do fun things like organise the restreams for the Kefka Grand Prix. Which there will be 2 more of next week, I have no doubt. But before then, we do have the Halloween special weekly community race tomorrow night on this channel at 7 PM US Eastern Time. Come along, tune in, and get spooked. So, while Siberian Bull battles Phase 2, and I assume Keith has run away to get some more water, the Meteor strat's still going strong and still not a good solution to this, unfortunately. And I think I just called my co-commentator Keith. That's last week.
Yep, that is last week. It's a good thing I wasn't paying attention.
Whoopsie. Sorry, Von Marlin, or should I say, the artist formerly known as Ike.
Yeah, it's formerly known as Ike, and then I decided to make it the same as my Twitch name to try and be less confusing.
So as we hear that we have another runner not on the restream in the same part of his fight. One of the glorious things about this particular format, anybody can be running at any time, so there's always plenty of Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide to watch over on the Twitch and the various channels.
It's true, and we've got a lot of people that stream from different parts of the world too, so I've seen people streaming Final Fantasy VI all hours of the day. Well, looks like Siberian Bull getting through Phase 2 here, though that is an S-Cross. I may have spoken too soon.
Did I just see a Doom Tusk?
I think so. I think Phase 2 can use Doom Tusk, can it?
If it can, I have never seen that before.
I think it's from Tiger. Yes, that is correct. Doom Tusk is what causes zombie.
Ew.
That's one of the reasons that if I can mute magic, I try to get rid of Tiger ASAP.
Yep, very sensible decision.
Especially if you can instant death tools. That's kind of the perfect storm of phase 2 counters. Mute and some instant death to take care of tools make it much easier. Now it looks like maybe Siberian Bull does not know that Strago has X Zone. Or maybe he doesn't know that instant death works on tools. Still spamming Meteor. I guess, you know? If it works, just keep doing it. Oh, it looks like all he's got for Celeste other than that Meteor is Bolt 2. That's probably why we keep seeing it. Siberian Bull could use some of that Zelfer luck himself right now.
Yes, he could.
I thought he had Benji Glove fixed dice, but he just actually has 2 fixed dice, one on Strago and one on Realm.
Could be good enough, though. Could be good enough.
10 hits here, looking a bit scary, though. Some clutch blocks there.
Yeah, you can always rely on a couple of clutch blocks? I don't even think that's a word.
I don't think it is.
10 hits, miss much. There we go.
That sounds about right.
It's funny. My ability to speak the English language goes down as the timer goes up.
I think that's just how it works, you know? We've been trying to talk over gameplay. It's a lot easier when there's 4 people playing, too. You can just bounce from screen to screen.
It is indeed. Alright, GG's to our Furious, who is running alongside the restream with a nice finish time.
We're not quite to Magic's Death Quarters yet, but I think we're getting there. He's starting to cast a spell. Alright, and there we go, on to phase 3. With 2 fixed dice here, I think that he actually has a pretty good setup for killing the girl, because they'll both be able to damage the girl without having to worry about something like a Pearl proc from Illumina.
Yeah, because you really don't want to be throwing elements out here. As I think we've mentioned, girl absorbs everything.
Yeah, so you want to avoid... I try to avoid anyway when I play this, using the Illumina on the girl, just because if you've been leveling your characters up, especially if you've buffed their magic power at all, you're going to heal her for max damage. I think that'll be girl. I can't hear the game sounds, so I couldn't hear if she died or not, but... I think she took enough damage.
Yep, hope so.
She only has like 10,000 HP unscaled, so I'm pretty sure she's gone.
Yeah, she's not particularly chunky. Another Whirlwind comes out. It's another couple of low HP characters there. And still persisting with the Meteor. I
think at this point, I was looking at his spell list, and it looks like his Bolt 2 is like his only other offensive option with Celeste, but I think even a level 2 spell is going to do pretty comparable damage to Meteor.
Alright, there's the Condemned. So we're now under a timer.
You got 20-ish seconds to kill the boss. Some weight tricking during the animation there. Smart with the Condemned timer up. And this is where relying on fixed dice really sucks, because when you roll super low like that, Sleep doesn't care, he's still going to counter you. Oof. I believe he's looking for, or he was looking for an elixir there.
And I don't think he found what he was looking for, and he's very lucky not to have found a death there.
Yeah, that is incredibly lucky, but now he's got life too. He was thinking about just hitting him for a second there.
Life 2, a very good choice if Sellers can tank. She also has life 2.
Really you want 2 people to survive, but as long as Celeste also has life 2 here, I think he has a chance to get out.
A chance.
Yeah, this phase I think is one of the hardest to get people up in, especially if you're at the Meteor train point. If people die early on, it's not as bad, but
yeah, I mean, he does now have 2 decently magical characters up, so he can cure and revive at the same time. It's better than nothing, even if it is only cure 2. And as I think we've alluded to already, Meteor does have a good chance of missing, though Sleep doesn't appear to care about his mischance right now.
yeah, Sleep's heard of mischances, and he just disagrees with them.
Alright, Calmness, Dango Strago, and Dango Sellers. But reserve characters coming in, this is still very possible.
Yeah, and I think here Realm has fixed dice, and I don't know if Cyan's been one of his. Well, Cyan has the drip, so he's got some options for damage here.
Yep, he definitely does.
And I think he equipped his alternate party members as well, so that'll help them out here.
Indeed, so come on chat, give Siberian Bull your energy. Let's get through this.
He can do it. We have to send all our energy together. The commentators and chat.
Out comes that great Behemoth Rage, a fantastic option for damage here. He has the drill, he has blitz options, and he does have Realm with the dice.
And this is actually not a bad setup here. Having Terra with the with Rage is nice, because you really don't have to worry about the fact that she doesn't know any magic. You just have her do a decent Rage and do damage till she dies.
He could do with Realm rolling slightly better than that.
Yeah. But I think this is pretty set for phase 4, especially if he can get into Goner phase, where there's not the risk of getting counterattacked, and then hopefully kill him.
Using Airblade here, I'm not sure I would go for that option. But we're in Goner phase, so that's half health down at least for Kefka. Ideally, what he wants to do here is take the Goner, heal up, wait for him to charge his next Goner, and then go ham with the damage. You don't want to attack between two Goners, because then your chance is really high of getting that ultimate counter.
Yeah, I generally try to attack during the first Goner, and then once he casts it, heal up a bit. And then if I'm confident that I can tank an Ultima, or if I'm confident that I can think I can do enough damage to kill him, then I might keep doing damage, but most of the time I wait for the next Goner. It's really just the better way to do it, especially if you've already wiped once. You're really saving. Wiping is much worse than having to wait until the next Goner charge to deal damage.
There's Revenger, that's something you don't see every day. And there's a Hyperdrive counts, that's someone dead. Oh, Realm tanks a Hyperdrive, that's kind of impressive. Cyan...
Just barely.
Oh, Terra does not tank a Havoc Wing, and neither does Cyan. Oh no. No, Siberian Bull, not like this.
So it was a Havoc Wing counter and then just a normal Havoc Wing.
I think
That's
so.
not a lot of fun.
But Ring Goner, don't heal now! Damage, damage, damage! You've nearly got this!
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, if you really wanted to heal, you Spiraler with Lock.
Oh no, that was a lot of damage from the dice, but it wasn't enough, and unfortunately, we know what's about to happen here.
Yeah, that's going to be a wipe. I'm pretty sure you cannot dodge Ultima. Or, excuse me, Goner.
And unfortunately, Siberian Bull has also decided to throw in the towel there. That's a shame.
That is a shame, so that's 2 completes tonight and 2 forfeit.
Yeah, it's not the ideal outcome. So, that is everybody done for the night. We're going to quickly see if Siberian Bull wants to come in and chat about it. So, quick reminder to follow our runners and our stream staff and join the Discord. Get involved with everything that we have to offer. I'm sure some kind person will post those commands in chat. Tomorrow night at 7 PM US Eastern Time, we do have the Halloween special weekly community race. So, definitely come along for that. It's going to be fun and special and shiny and spooky. Better late than never, folks, with those commands. Well done.
Nice. Well, you follow our runners 3 times.
And here we have Siberian Bull. Man, that was a valiant effort. What
the
were
first
your... Go on.
time was bad enough.
What were your thoughts on tonight's race then, other than the ending?
Well, first I have to ask, did anyone find offering?
Lots
Yes.
of people at lots of places.
Oh.
I believe there was one very early in. Was it Albrook
Albrook?
or South Figure?
Albrook, it was the clock above the relic shop had an offering in it.
There was also one at the Doomgauge check, I believe.
Yes.
And I know that Boo said he found 3, so there may have been another one somewhere else.
Only single roll fixed dice could only carry you so far.
And it's a shame too, because Realm could equip the offering with the fixed dice, so that would have neutralized a lot of problems that people had.
Let's see, right up again. As far as Doom case was fun, I just needed 1 extra level, and then that was kind of a cake. And then just the grandpa and granddaughter duo of fixed dice carried me heavily through this early part of the seed. It just seemed to be going well until, well, the last, hour, so.
Yeah, I mean, you were doing really well. You were having a really good race. Obviously, aside from Zelfa and his massive pile of luck, you were the first one into Kefka's tower after Zelfa. So you were on a really good pace, unfortunately. And then, Final Kefka did Final Kefka stuff.
Really, it's tier 2. When the second tier was going as bad as it was, I was like, alright, we're going to switch this up. And then it just didn't go well from there.
So, I have to ask, there was a lot of meteor happening in that final battle. What was the reason behind that?
I didn't think Bolt 2 was going to be enough. I didn't really have a Bolt. I didn't have a 3 spell. I didn't have Pearl. So I was like, I got to think of something here.
Fair enough, fair enough. Can't deny the logic there. And how about your thoughts on the Kefka Grand Prix in general? What do you think about it?
Well, there's a lot of entrance in this. I'm sure I'll get to make up for it later on, down the line, but sadly I'm having to take the early forfeit here is a bit rough, especially with the way the seed ended.
Yeah, it is a shame, but sometimes, things just don't go the way you want them to. I completely understand how frustrating it can be to get to that point and just get walled. But you did give it a very good try, a number of very good tries, so credit to you for that.
Yeah, next time, hopefully it'll go in my favor.
Anything else to add?
Well, if the robot for the next down the line picks me, I'm gonna make us do a Hundo world open world.
Nice.
That's my intention, and I'm making it known here already.
That's going to be interesting for sure.
It'll at least be 3 hours.
Alright, well, thank you very much for joining us, Sir Bolt. Commiserations on your run tonight, but like I said, a very good effort and a very good watch.
Yep, I look forward to be back later on. But I guess this will do it for, you on the restreams here.
Yes, it will. In fact, I think we might go and drop a little host on somebody else who's running this seed. So, any closing remarks from Marlon?
My only closing remark is I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on the commentary, and I hope to do it again.
Anytime, it's been a pleasure having you. You're fun to commentate with. So, we are going to go and host Spellzap, who is 49 minutes into his run. So, best behavior when you go over there. Remember, he is under race conditions, so no spoilers, please. No spoilers. But for today, thank you very much for watching, folks, and we'll see you again tomorrow night with a different restream team. I get the night off. Woo! For that Halloween race. Bye for now.